In the know, non-stop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com. Purple Daily, presented by Surly Brewing Company.
But we got a team in here. And this is like intent. Now every time I beer, we gotta score. Score.
Oh, the Pat McAfee clip can only mean one thing, Declan Goff, and that
Yes,
it is
sir.
a 4-question Friday. Welcome into Purple Daily. Phil off until Monday, and of course, Purple Daily, as always, presented by our friends at Surly Brewing. We love Surly. In fact, I'm a huge fan. I might be the president of their fan club. And we come to you from the TCL studios. Enjoy more with the TCL. All right, Declan Goff. Preseason game at number 1, Saturday night at US Bank Stadium, right around the corner. And so we got questions now that actually involve, I know it's meaningless, but they involve a real football game. No more spitballing, no more making stuff up to create talkers. Starting tomorrow, we got football essentially once a week now through the month of, with 17 weeks, through December into January now.
Yeah, we have, at least 4 or 5 months of football here. Obviously, if the Vikings make a run in the postseason, knock on wood, we'll have even more to talk about. But, one thing at a time.
Don't get it over your skis there, young man.
One Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater masterpiece at a time. We'll take our time.
I
know Drew Lock is playing, I believe. I think he might be playing he's starting tomorrow. And I think from what I have read, because, I'm a Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater super fan, just like Vic Fangio is. I believe the plan is Drew Lock on the first game, and I don't think actually Teddy won't play. I don't know if he'll play. They're not gonna do reps. From what I've read, Drew Lock's gonna get the majority of snaps, and I think the third guy will sub in for the second half. Yeah.
Okay. So before we get to the questions, I watched 2 days of practice between the Broncos and Vikings, and I watched the Vikings defense extensively on Wednesday, and then the offense extensively on Wednesday, and then the Vikings defense extensively on Thursday. And so I have a quick scouting report for you from the Broncos quarterback competition. Drew Lock, I like his arm. I have no idea if he can process quick enough to be successful, but he's got a nice arm, throws a nice ball. Potentially, I could be in there. Brett Rippon, third quarterback, got an arm, throws a nice ball. I got bad news for you, dude. Teddy Bridgewater's arm, his ability to plant and throw is gone. The ball looks like you threw it. He threw a 50-yard touchdown pass towards my direction on the sideline. That ball was going so slow, I almost ran on the field and picked it off myself.
I don't know what you're talking about. He had that great bomb the other day in the individual drills. He can throw the bomb. You're just a hater. You're just a Teddy Bridgewater hater. Almost spilled my entire coffee.
Do you remember when I called for the retirement of Peyton Manning as he was about to win a Super Bowl because it was so sad watching his ball flutter and float through the air?
Yes.
That's your guy, Teddy, now.
Okay, don't even.
It's sad. It's sad. All right, let's get to the questions. Calm down. Let's get to the questions. All right, question number 1. Which Vikings player are you most excited to see play Saturday in the preseason opener? Who are you? You can only give me one. Who are you excited to see play?
Well, I hate to be this person, but I am going to have to go with my guy. I like to make things about myself. I don't know if you've known this in the last few years we've worked together. I need to say,
of course you do.
Yeah, I know. I knew. I want to see my guy, Kene Nwangu.
Yeah.
I want more reps. And I've seen Mr. Mankato odds from yourself and the other local Vikings beat reporters. And it seems like consensus-wise, he's definitely in the running. He's not top, but he's definitely in the top 3 to top 5 of Mr. Mankato odds. And now, I believe, I might have to write that down on this, but these preseason games, these big moments, these are what's going to help him solidify. Because KJ Osborne, Jake Browning, I think are probably your 1-2 favorites right now with the way they've gone about their camps. But all I need from Kenny is to get on that outside burst. And I saw your video yesterday on Score North on that kick return. He's got some quick feet, man. And all he needs is just one good kick return or punt return or little swing pass, little wheel route, Judd, out on the outside. And Kene is going to go and bolt down for 6, do a skull chant, and ready to go. I want to see what Kene Nwangu can do in an actual preseason game against the Broncos this weekend.
This might be your best call since you started on the show. Because it's seriously, when I watch this guy, I'm telling you, Declan, how many guys, even as fast as they might be, how many players in any sport, I think Buxton qualifies it too, don't slow down when they cut. He doesn't slow down. He like glides. It's the damnedest thing. I watch him in practice, and I think the Vikings know that they have something special here. Like, I think they know that. But when I watch him practice, I just keep thinking one thing. What would Andy Reid do with this kid? Like, this speed is off the charts. And I think he's got, and I don't know this for sure, but I think he's got some instincts as well. So I don't think it's just speed. I think he can play. I'm with you here. And if this kid doesn't get an opportunity to return kicks, they're crazy. And by the way, if he has instincts, let him bring the ball out. I know it's not a great play ordinarily, but with the speed that this guy possesses, unless he just runs right into guys, it's worth a shot. So, all right. So you're going with your guy, your pick for Mr. Mankato, Kene Nwangwu. It's small N-E-W, capital W-A-N.
It is Nwangwu.
Nwangwu.
I know Chris Longer said the N was silent. I don't think he was correct in that assessment. I shouldn't be the one who's critiquing pronunciations and spelling and reading.
Especially as professional TV
but
sportscaster.
It's Nwangwu.
Yes, according to the pronunciation guide, you're correct. Chris Long is wrong.
Yes.
I hope you're happy.
That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Just went after a guy who's a professional sportscaster.
It's a friend of the show.
Okay, so I'm going to say this and then give you a different name. Okay. So Jake Browning is mine, but I mean, that's obvious. Of course, we want to see him. He needs to play a lot, but because that's such an obvious choice, my choice of a guy who I want to see play extensively, Oli Udoh at right guard.
Sure.
He's looked good. He's looked pretty good, but you know what? Drew Samia looked pretty good at times in camp last year. It meant nothing. If this is going to be the guy, and as far as I can tell, he is going to win this job, I want to see him extensively. So, like, not one series with the starters. I want to see him left in with the second team. The Broncos aren't going to provide exotic schemes because teams don't do that defensively, and they're probably going to blitz a little bit, but not much. And they might not. So I'm not saying that this is going to give you a definite read. But if you're going to take a recently converted tackle and make him a guard and say, well, he's got a nasty streak, which is what you said about Drew Samia. I need to see a lot there because I will flat out tell you I think this goes back to Purple Daily yesterday, Declan. I am flat out sounding the alarm on the offensive line until I see enough to say, okay, it's fine.
Yes.
So Phil Mackey's guy, Oli Udoh, is my choice.
Udoh. And I know by the way, I know we will be doing a Sunday. Obviously, we'll have comments on YouTube on Saturday. We'll have a Vent Line episode with yours truly on Sunday. I believe we'll be doing a After Dark episode Sunday night when Philip returns to town, I believe, to break down those preseason notes and observations on Sunday evening as well. Very nice. Very nice. Question 2. Conversely, off question 1. Which Vikings player do you not, N-O-T, capital, want to see all preseason? I am eliminating Justin Jefferson because he's hurt, and I don't think he's going to play probably, and that's fine. But which player, which healthy player or player who at least could play tomorrow, do you basically want to say, you know what, 3 preseason games, don't worry about it? Yeah, and we might have the same guy after your first answer to our first question of who you're excited to see play. Brian O'Neill does not need to touch the field. Interesting. Brian O'Neill does not need to touch this preseason field. He's the only established guy right now on this offensive line. I know offensive linemen need reps, and they need to get used to the quarterback and the cadence, but Brian O'Neill's a veteran, dude. He's been here 4 years now. He knows what he's doing. If you lose Brian O'Neill in a preseason game to an injury, which, by the way, it happens. You lose established players. Have gone out in the preseason numerous times. I don't want this guy to be stepping foot on the field. And in fact, if I'm Brian O'Neill, I don't even go to US Bank Stadium. Instead, I go up north to Brainerd International Raceway, and I watch the NHRA Lucas Oil Nationals at Brainerd International Raceway in Brainerd, Minnesota. That's some real talk. That's some fast stuff that you can go enjoy, Brian O'Neill. Okay, there's camping packages. There's plenty of things that you can see. It's August 18th to the 22nd at Brainerd International Raceway. And for more information, Brian, all you have to do is go to BIRMN.com. And for any fans listening, maybe you'll see your guy, Brian O'Neill, up there. That's BIRMN.com, Brainerd International Raceway.
That was seamless, Declan. That was very good.
Thank you.
I'll throw this in. So, to your thought. The one thing I think they want that first team offensive line to probably get a series with Kirk, because they're going to play Kirk. And ordinarily, if you play your starting quarterback, you play your best O-lineman with him until he's done. And I think Kirk, history tells us, despite Zim's secrecy, history tells us that Kirk will get a series. So I think he'll play a series, and that will be it. And they'll come out. And my point is, that's the point. Ole has to stay in. I don't need to see Dakota Dozier come right in. Just play. But yes, that would be, and plus, to your point, Brian is currently, we think, negotiating a new contract. This would be a bad time to get hurt. So I sort of like your point there. All right, I'm going to go with the obvious one. I am going to go with a guy who was actually getting carries over the 2-day period of joint practices. Right. Dalvin Cook. I don't need to see Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is going to get a ton of carries. Dalvin Cook is going to catch a bunch of passes. Dalvin Cook is a professional's professional. Like, his approach is very, very good. And I don't need a fluke injury, which, by the way, with running backs can happen a lot. I don't need that. Dalvin Cook shouldn't play. And let me tell you a little story, Dex, about a guy that I saw practicing yesterday. And his loss is not a huge one, but nonetheless, it's a cautionary tale. Mike Boone, former Viking running back, is now on the Broncos. And I was watching the Vikings defense, and Boone got the ball, and I don't know, he burst for like let's say an 8-yard run. And at the end of that run, he came up pretty damn lame, and he had hurt his quad, but he couldn't walk. He had to be carted off the field. And the play, I can't tell you, because it happened right in front of me. I can't tell you how, like, it wasn't anything. He didn't step on a guy. He didn't get tackled because they weren't tackling. He literally just stepped wrong, and and something happened to his quad, and it looked bad. And that's the type of thing why when I see a guy like Cook carrying against the Broncos in joint practices or on Saturday, I don't need to see it. He's gotten hurt before. He's going to play hard. And in fact, they say if you don't play hard, you stand more of a chance sometimes of getting hurt. Sure. So factor all of those things together. Alexander Madison can play. Your guy can play. Amir Abdullah can play. But I don't need to see Dalvin Cook play. I think it's tempting fate. I really do. And I don't want to play it on turf, too. Like, I just don't need it. I don't need it. All right. Our next question. Well, we'll get to that question in a second. But first, I want to talk about my favorite people in the whole wide world. And
and Stella.
And no, actually, sorry about that. She's a dog, and you're not on my list. I like you. I like you, but you're my sports son. I can't have you like at the top. That's not tough love. Nope. It's the folks who present this show to you every day, Purple Daily. It is the folks at, yes, it's time for the weekend. So Surly Brewing Company, and in particular, the iconic hoppy and aggressive Furious IPA. Watching the ball game last night, sat down on a cornfield in Iowa and pop open some Surly's. And I'm going to tell you right now, I stuck with the Furious last night, Declan Goff, and it was delicious. Purple plays tomorrow, 3:00 kickoff. I suggest you have your Surly Furious pack in front of you that you can enjoy as much as I did while watching baseball. Surly Furious is Minnesota's favorite IPA. Furious is the beer that helped put Minnesota's craft beer scene on the map. You do enough settling in life, ladies and gentlemen. Crack open the Surly Furious and enjoy the IPA that revolutionized Minnesota craft beer. Don't settle, get Surly. And when you get Surly, it'll make you happy.
And hey, after Fridays, as we're recording 4-Question Friday, I finish up the work day. I'm ready to go home. I always go to my local liquor store. You know what, Judd? Furious I'm going to get a 6er of that. But you know what I like to do on a nice little spring day for a Surly? A little extra Citra. A little Surly extra Citra. A little lighter. It's I love me my IPA and I love me my Furious, but sometimes I just want a little bit more of a little lighter, refreshing beer. An extra Citra on a nice, now 75 beautiful day here in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Chef kiss.
Absolutely. I'm glad to see you on board too, Declan Goff.
You're welcome.
I'm glad to see you. Yes.
I'm not just a seltzer guy. I like my beer too. So yes, Surly Brewing.
That's excellent. That's
big fan.
So pick up yours, Surly Brewing Company, this weekend for the Vikings game, and enjoy. All right, next question. Question 3 for Question Friday. What established starting quarterback do you think goes off the cliff this season and looks to be near the end? Obviously, I'm giving you the opportunity to say it if you want. I'm not going to. But what established quarterback do you think we are going to say by November, oh boy, this isn't the way this person was hoping it would go?
So there's 2 guys I want to bring up. One of them that's like actually... that I think answers this question and fits the mold perfectly. And to me, that's Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan is cooked. I was a big Matty Ice fan. I know the 2016 Super Bowl is going to be, unfortunately, a gray cloud over his career. And that's not all on Matt Ryan either. I think he's probably close to being a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's not first ballot by any means, but he's probably going to be there. I can see him getting into the Hall. I think he's fallen off a cliff here. I know Julio Jones isn't the receiver he used to be, and now he's in Tennessee. I just don't see Matt Ryan being the quarterback there anymore. I think Atlanta should probably hit the reset button. My guy Kyle Pitts is still there to help establish some things and maybe fill out that need that Julio Jones wasn't there. But I think he's going to fall off a cliff. And another guy who everyone seems to be high on, and I'm not there yet. Yep. And this guy's not going to fall off a cliff because he's only entering his second season. I'm not buying Justin Herbert stock yet. And it seems like every single person is buying Justin Herbert stock. And sophomore year quarterbacks has actually happened to Matt Ryan. The book is now out on Justin Herbert. He had a very productive rookie season. You can make a case that Jefferson should have won Rookie of the Year, but I understand why Justin Herbert did because he's a quarterback.
Yep.
I'm not buying this stock yet on Justin Herbert. I need to see it for a second year, and then gladly I'll wear egg on my face if he repeats this. But I'm not ready to buy all in on Justin Herbert quite yet.
I can see that. Yeah, I've thought about that. So I really like him a lot, but I'm sort of with you as well in saying, well, if teams, because we know defensive coordinators and coaches spend once the schedule comes out, they spend their entire time watching film, right? And trying to deconstruct what the kid does well to try and take away things. So I could see that. Now, I do think if he slides backwards, he will come back in his third year and be damn good. But I am with you 1,000%. I've got Matt Ryan written down too. Okay. He's 36, so he's not young. Going into his 14th season with the Falcons. Hasn't been on a winning team in 3 years. And I don't know if you've looked at the Falcons' initial depth chart, but right now, the starting right tackle for Matt Ryan is former Viking 4th round pick Willie Beavers, who was let go at the end of training camp in his rookie season. Now, he did, I think, go practice squad, but the point being is he was a 4th round pick and he got let go. He not only is still in the National Football League, but right now he is the potential starting right tackle for the Falcons, which says a lot about where things are. In fact, I believe on the depth chart, the backup running back for the Falcons right now, Cordell Patterson. So I'm with you. I think if Matt Ryan was with a good team right now, he might stand a chance of being decent enough. But I think the combination of the Falcons just really going downhill in recent years and Ryan's play seeming to go along with it. I don't know if he's going to be back for a 15th year with the Falcons. I'm not sure. I think you're right. I think he might be cooked. And of course, I do have to say, after watching the joint practices, your guy Teddy is done too. So Teddy Bridgewater is done. He's
don't
cooked.
Go there.
It's sad. It's sad, but he's cooked. All right, final question. Like to throw a curveball in here. Question number 4 on 4 Question Friday. Would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with someone who talks incessantly?
I really wonder where you got the inspiration for this question. And I was thinking about it a lot too when you sent this over.
We never ever talk about where we get these questions.
I was thinking about this a lot because I do value. I live alone, and I thoroughly enjoy living alone. I lived by myself for 4 years. I've had opportunities to move in with other people, and I've always said no. My motto is, until I meet a woman to concretely ruin my life, I'm not buying a piece of property. I'm not moving into a home with said person. I've now done this for 4 years. I'm not living with another guy. I'm not doing that. I don't want a roommate. Yep. No, I like living alone.
Yep.
However, if I was stuck on an island alone, I would go insane. I like being alone. I talk to myself a lot too, by the way, when I'm alone. So I could do it for a little bit, but then I would go nuts. I would need someone there. Even if that person talks incessantly, I would rather have someone with me on that island. It's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. So we're saying talks incessantly. Like talk, not just talks, but never shuts up.
Incessantly. And then if anything, if I hate them, I can give them something to do. I'll just, I'll dispose of their body and I'll kill them. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't be arrested because you're stranded.
Exactly.
All right. This one is so simple for me.
Yeah, I know it is.
See you later. I'm going alone.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there. I'll find something to do. Hopefully I can, stuff will wash ashore, like perhaps a television set, plasma TV, TCL perhaps will just come ashore. I can't, but it talks incessantly. I mean, Declan, we've been there. We've seen that before.
Yepers.
It's not doable for me. Like I can't, look, I have no problem with talking to people, but people that don't shut up. And imagine being stuck on an island and by the way, you're all they got. Like that's the good thing about the world as it operates normally is you can hand off the incessant talker. I gotta go, but here's Timmy. Timmy will talk to you. But on an island, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going alone. And I think you're right. I think you would go insane, but I think I'd go more insane if somebody talked incessantly. So I'm taking the lesser of the two insanes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would like to have someone there, but I'll tell you what, if you're talking about things that washing up ashore, I would hope to God my golf clubs would wash up on shore, and most specifically the Gen 4 golf clubs from PXG to at least give me, something to do when I'm on that island. And especially, I'm not good in the sand. Most golfers aren't good in the sand, No one likes to have a beach day on the golf course. But I'll tell you what, if I get one of those nice new wedges, those Gen 4 wedges from PXG, well, I'll have nothing to do but hitting from the sand. So if I'm on that island and I'm stuck there and I got some golf balls and some nice clubs from PXG, well, by the time I get rescued, I'm going to be purposely going into the sand. So I'm going to be showing it off because I was stuck on an island with that wedge from PXG in Southdale Center in Minneapolis too. So if you're looking to up your golf game, you're looking to get out of the sand, go check out our friends at PXG in Southdale Center in Minneapolis. And I'm so good at it. I mean, the thought of it has just frozen me on screen.
Frozen everybody. Everybody's frozen. Mm-hmm. You've frozen us all. All right. Well, with that, with Phil not here today, back on Monday, and Declan frozen, we're going to call this an end to 4-Question Friday. Again, as Deck said, we will be around with a Purple After Dark on Sunday to discuss what we saw in Saturday's preseason game. We will talk to you soon.